Tom, faced Rotherham at the weekend. What are your initial thoughts ahead of the fixture?
Just another game to look forward to, really. We've had coming off the back of a good performance, and obviously give them the respect that they deserve. But ultimately, they're coming to our place, and we need to show them what we're about.
Shrewsbury haven't played Rotherham yet. You have played them so far this season. How did you find the game?
It was a bit of a strange game, a bit of a funny reflection on the game because we went down to 10 men, and then obviously their quality showed. They've got some really good individuals. I think one thing that stands out with Rotherham, they're just really organised and they work off a shape of strength, and they don't stray too far. They kind of keep knocking at the door until they can open it. It's a good way to be, and I think a lot of teams can learn a lot from them because, without any disrespect, they've not got the best players in the league, but yet they're the best team because the table doesn't lie. So that's something that I think everyone can look at, especially in our dressing room. Sometimes I feel like, obviously only being here a short period of time, sometimes we're looked down upon a little bit, which when I look around the dressing room and trainer and things like that and the manager, it's certainly not the case.
It's obviously been a very tight turnaround. You played Burton a couple of days ago, but how's the preparation been going?
Preparation's been really good, really professional. We're doing our recovery really well, and there's thoughts going into everything from the off-pitch stuff to the on-pitch stuff. Lots of meetings, lots of homework to be done. I enjoy the way that we prepare. It's different to Sunderland. I prefer it. I think it's a little bit better than what we've done up there. And I just, like I say, just enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to the game. And that comes from our preparation, and our preparation as a team, and how methodical it is, and I think that stands us in good stead.
The gaffer tells us the preparation is it's in possession and then out of possession, attack focus and then a bit of defensive focus. Is that what you find? Is that what you enjoy so much about it? How well it's covers everything, or is it?
I mean, like when you're standing out there, and maybe it's not something kind of you're listening in, but you're also just standing there. So it's not. When I say I like it as in I know it needs to be done. I'm at that age now where I know that it has to be done and why we do it. I wouldn't say it's enjoyable sometimes, but that's, I'm sure, when we're being told things at the back, the two centre forwards or the three centre forwards are standing there thinking, "Oh, come on, let's move on." So it's just a bit like that. But that's the methodical side of it that you need, and you have to work from back to front or front to back, and like you say, they're in and out of possession and our set pieces, and so that we can go through the routine of the game, so that when we walk out on the pitch, the manager set us up. There's no surprises. We know what's going to happen, and I think that showed. Obviously, speaking to the boys earlier on in the season, when they've said about going down to 10 men, and then I felt it the other day, and we were still really organised with a man less. So that's down to the manager setting us up, and knowing kind of where we're at in respect to, this is the shape and this is the shape that we're going to play, and when this happens you do this, and when that happens you do that. So I think it's really important. It's a good foundation.
You mentioned the game the other day, Portsmouth. It was your full debut, and you also got a full game at Burton. How have you found those two games for yourself personally?
Frustrated with the Portsmouth game. Just felt like it was a game that we should have won. Obviously the sending off has a detrimental effect. I don't know, there was just a lot of things in that game that happened that don't really make too much sense to me, but that happens a lot at this level. And then the Burton game, again, going back to our preparation, we were told exactly what was going to happen, and exactly what we were told did happen, so we knew what we were doing, and I don't think it'll ever be one that anyone sits down and watches again, but 3 points and we move on.
It may not have been one to sit down and watch again, but did you enjoy your return to Burton?
Yeah, well, when you win, you're going back somewhere you've already been. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. So, but no, it's apart from that, it's just the situation that we're in. They're the games that we need to be winning, and home games we need to be winning as well. So,
your full debut, obviously, it took a bit of time coming because you're poorly for Wickham, and then Morecambe was postponed. You've had to be patient, I guess.
Yeah, the manager was actually talking to me about it the other day. Obviously, I signed, and then I ended up missing the Wickham game through illness. And kind of with that game getting called off as well, I kind of went a month without playing, and I've played near enough every minute of the season previously, so it was a bit strange. Hopefully it'll be good for me, really. It's just kind of a bit of a winter break almost. No, like I say, I'm hoping I've got the shirt at the minute, and I'm hoping that'll carry on. That's down to me. So yeah, hopefully that stays that way.
We were talking to the gaffer about you just a bit earlier, and he said that what he likes about you, aside from your footballing ability, is that you're a football person. You're the sort of person, he can come in and he says, who's watched the game last night? And you've probably watched the game last night. You really enjoy your football by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I do enjoy my football. It's, at the end of the day, it's, without sounding too good, like, it's my work, it's my business, you know, so you want to know about it. I've got aspirations of staying in the game afterwards. And I like kind of, I've enjoyed coming here and I'm seeing new players who I didn't really know before, like Blocko, Tom Bloxham, and I just look at him and I think there's so much more that he can do with his ability, and how can I help him and just try and help. Also concentrating on my own game. I think, to be fair, that's come from this season actually, in respect to Sunderland started taking kids out of school and just putting them in the first team because that's decided what they wanted to do, and it was to the detriment of the older players, but I kind of made it out to be good for me, and it's helped me in respect to I've helped them and making them better players, and I feel like I can do that with Tom and a couple of others, even Dan Udo. I've said a few things to him that I think has resonated with him, and sometimes it's just a fresh pair of eyes. It's not that I'm a coach or a manager or I even know what I'm talking about, but it's a fresh pair of eyes. I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Sometimes when you just keep looking at the same thing over and over again, it never changes. So just taking a fresh look at it, and I just think there's so much more to come from the group. And obviously the manager speaks about a poor start to the season, and I can understand that because there's nothing that's been stand out to me as to why we're in the situation that we're in. So I think going forward it'll be good for everyone. The more time we get on the training pitch and going back to one game a week, I think will be really important.
You mentioned aspirations to stay in the game afterwards. Is that for coaching?
Well, a bit on the business side.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of an education behind me, so I've had some motivating factors. Again, from my previous club and how poorly things were done, you kind of think a bit of common sense and you could probably do it better. So why can I not do it?
Yeah, fair enough.
So.
But you've been in Shrewsbury a month now. Are you happy with the start you've made here?
I would have liked to have played a few more games, but that's kind of a little bit out of my hands. Yeah, no, I am. I mean, I lost one. Well, I played in the Plymouth game actually, so lost 2 and won 1. So get a result in the next game, and be back at that kind of 2 points a game average, which is really important for anyone in the league. That's the benchmark for anyone in the league, whether you want to stay up or you want to go up. That's really important. So if we can get to that, and like I keep saying there, it's the home form is really, really important. When you go away from home, sometimes you really are up against it, but at home you should be on the front foot and it should be you. There's no one in this league who's gonna really blow you away with how good they are. The good teams and the better teams are consistent. That's all it is. It's not that they're the best. The teams with the best players don't win the league. It's the best team as such, and they're consistent on a regular basis. So if we can get that consistency at home, it stands in really good stead to get some good results away from home. And I mean, I don't know about the other boys, but I've said it to a few. We should be looking at the teams above us. I think we can finish above Charlton comfortably, and we could get easily to mid-table. And I think that's something that we should all look at as a team.
Nice one. Thanks for your time, Tom.
No problem.